ambapo wasimamizi wa bodi ya kitaifa ya nafaka na mazao NCPB imeelezea kwamba hakuna chakula cha kutosha kwenye maghala yake. Maafisa hao wameyasema haya mbele ya kamati ya bunge, na mtazamaji, moja kwa moja tusikize mahojiano hayo.
Were they fully paid apart from the others that were still in court? Were the genuine farmers fully paid? And two, you have mentioned about the 45 stores and one silo that is ready, inspected. Of what capacity are those ones? Because you already told us you intend to have a capacity of 7.8 million. Those that are already inspected, I assume, are ready to receive the produce. So of what capacity are these 45 stores?
Thank you very much. I only had just a few, because I've seen you mention WRS, which you're saying that you're preparing for that. And you are very much aware that if you are not ready, or if WRS is not ready, farmers are also crop is on the field. So we cannot be saying we are preparing for WRS, yet farmers are continuing. The other thing, I don't know whether it has been mentioned, is the issue of the price, because I think you must be aware that the negotiations of price of wheat was done and was met with 3,700, which I thought that was good preparedness, and I think for the wheat farmers that is good also. Although I feel that we've left wheat so much, because you can see the percentage, or rather the percentage of farmers who are still growing wheat has really reduced from what was there, about 30% to almost 15% now. The other issue, although it has been touched on, is we are now feeling that SFR was working, because I don't think we would have been in this situation when SFR was there. And this is now the vacuum that is coming out clearly, that there is something wrong somewhere, and that is the reason why SFR was being killed. And then finally is that I have not heard you mention, because I thought you bought 1 million bags of maize, and I wonder what happened to that maize. Is the maize still there? And I thought the agreement was that maize was being bought, and at a later stage release the maize to the market, so that you are able to go back and buy from farmers. Yes. What we are seeing is that we are seeing maize coming from our neighbors, and we thought, why should our maize come from our neighbors, and cereal has maize? We need that proper explanation, and I think we are too late, because we've waited for you people to come out. We've been waiting, we've been very patient, and I think now that is where we've come in and said we are tired of waiting, we want to see results. And I believe that if you are ready, and if you are done your work well, then yesterday's speech, or rather the president's speech yesterday, would have included cereal. You can hear clearly, apart from him talking about rice being done by Kenya, what is it called, KTD? Kenya Trading Corporation. I think that is the only thing that was touched. That shows that there is something wrong with cereal, or something is not being done well. We need to address that issue, and we are not going to just let it go like that. Thank you. You can now respond to those questions. Oh.
Yeah, just before you close,
Yes.
I just wanted to understand, on the purchase, they have done a budget for purchase of food commodities, and they have not actually indicated what kind of food commodities. And then number two, they are talking of 3 million bags, and they are not specific, or whether, because some time back, we used to purchase, there used to be strategic food reserve of 3 million bags, 90 kilos. So this 3 million bags is of 50 kilo or 90 kilo. That's what I would want to understand.
Very good. So maybe we should allow them to answer those questions first, then we go to the next question. And let's just try and move fast because of time, kindly.
Okay, thank you, Chair. I'll ask the finance officer to shed light on the amount of money that has been paid and what is remaining.
Thank you, Chair. From the 18 billion debts owed by the government stated previously, so far NCPB received 7 billion, being payment for direct cost and agency fees under the maize subsidy debt.
Sorry? Just repeat that again. I don't remember. Just repeat. You said they received?
We received 7 billion.
7 billion.
Yeah, from the maize subsidy debt. That was to cater for...
From government?
Yes, through the ministry. That was to cater for the agency cost, agency fee That is the fee, the NCPB.
So the subsidy that was meant for farmers, they were given to you, especially in this fertilizer. How is the subsidy?
No, we are talking about, Chair, we are talking about the cost that NCPB had incurred in the execution of the maize subsidy program from 2017 to 2019. So cumulatively we got 7 billion. That was to go to payment for the pending bills and also to cater for the NCPB fee. Further to that, we also received 565 being money for payment to farmers who had not been paid.
Just for clarification.
Yes.
So out of the 7 billion which you got, it went back to, it came from the ministry and went to National Cereals and Produce Board. Nothing has reached the farmers because it was not meant for farmers. Is that my understanding?
Yeah,
Yeah. So what the farmers got is only the 565 million. Otherwise, the 7 billion that came from the ministry
to you
went back to the National Cereals Board as agent fee and other outstanding things. Is that my understanding correct?
And I want you to be very clear on maize subsidy. What is it again? So that we are clear on that.
The maize subsidy is the program that was run in 2017 and also including the SFR activities. So it's the whole maize program. Now, I want to clarify that the amount that was due to farmers was 1 billion, 1.08 billion, which was due to farmers who had not been cleared by the Anti-Corruption Commission. The 565 that came to us was to pay farmers who had already been cleared. So the balance that remained to farmers belonged to farmers who had not been cleared by the Commission.
So you have that money, the balance that belongs to the farmers that has not been cleared? Because you just said you received 565 and yet you're talking of 1.06 something.
The balance has not been provided for, but is requested.
And the 7 billion?
And the 7 billion?
The 7 billion?
7 billion was to cater for the debts that had been incurred by the board in execution of the maize program. There were payments to millers, payments to transporters, and also to cater for the cost the board had incurred.
Chairman, Chairman, can we get a clear breakdown of this 7-point-something billion in itemize each? Because this comes very sensitive to us. Itemize that there's a lot of money, a huge money. For those we want to see the breakdown of each, itemize it, for purpose of clarity.
In fact, you are paying non-strategic actors.
Yes.
And you leaving
The chairman, the purpose of this money is maize and the farmer. If we come to issues and institutions, these are conduit of the loss of the money. I think let's get itemized one by one. Chairman, let's take time and they take us through all these items.
Yes, thank you, Mheshimiwa. Yes, Mheshimiwa, that is it? Or who is that? Mheshimiwa Wino. Mheshimiwa Wino. I can hear Mheshimiwa Wino is not clear. Let's proceed. I think you've heard what members have said, and I think
yes, Chair.
Yes, Mheshimiwa Wino.
Thank you, Chair.
Proceed.
This issue is very, very important to us as Kenyans. I'm just suggesting.
Yes. Whoa, your network is bad.
Come here.
I wish you would come here. Where are you? How far are you? Are you back in the country?
The USA.
Yeah, but I'm still far.
Okay, now it's not clear. What did you want? Maybe you can say quickly.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Just stay there and don't move from that spot. I think we'll proceed until you get to a better network. Let's just proceed because of time. We cannot wait. So I think you've heard what members are saying, and I think I would agree with you, Chair. You see, what also needs to happen here is clearly, you know, when you say you received 7 billion, and you are telling us you paid transport, you are telling us you paid other agency fees. You see, I wish you would give us a proper breakdown, because you see, if you are talking of agency fee and transport, honestly, that amount is too big. You know, we are talking of 7 billion. And you are talking of transport and agency, you need to come out clearly. You know, when you say agents, who are these agents who are being paid? Who are these people?
Did they invoice you?
You know, so that it comes out clear. Because you see, members are feeling that you are paying other areas now, and we are coming back to the same problems again. Farmers are crying, and we are not helping them. And you know, it was clear at that time that the roles that were being done by SFR can be done, or it's a duplication of National Cereal and Produce Board. Now what is happening? And that's why we have called you. Please proceed.
Let us explain, Chair, because we have actually cleared all the farmers except those who have not been cleared by the ESCC. I think the MD can.
Chairman, if you allow me, I don't know, Mary, am I okay? Can proceed?
Yes, just proceed.
Okay.
Just proceed.
I thought you had to say something. Now, clearly, Chairman, there are a lot of debts which were owed to the National Cereals and Produce Board on the main subsidy program. Owed by the government to the National Cereals and Produce Board and other actors. For you to import maize, the other people are involved. There are service providers, there are transporters. There is a real NPP agency fees, because NPP was an agent of government in this program, because that is how NPP survives. Then there is also farmers who were cleared by the Ethics and Corruption Commission. Let me say this, Chairman, the monies we received were audited properly. There is a proper breakdown, which we'll be glad to share, on how the money was received to the National Cereals and Produce Board and how the money was paid to the various players. Now, all the farmers who were cleared by the ESCC, their monies have been paid. We don't have any farmer who has not been paid, who was cleared by the ESCC. Maybe those who have not been cleared to the tune of 400 million shillings, we are still waiting for their clearance. But even if they were to be cleared today, the money is not with us. We must request for the money from the National Treasury. So we can provide the breakdown as and when the committee will need it.
Not as and when. We need it even now. You see, that's the information we expected you even to have come with and tabled here with members, that this is now the information we have, and you should have been tabling it now, so that we are able to move.
Chair, I have an issue here. You've said that even if they were to be cleared today, you do not have money. I thought that would be the farmer is your priority, so that money should have been set aside, waiting for these farmers. In the event that they are cleared as of yesterday, then you are able to pay them, because they are the priority here.
Meli, I think you wanted to add something.
I think that the officers from Cereals Board, led by the chair, are not well prepared. Because if you look at what even their presentation, that they actually closed the SFR, and now they want to spend 220 million to establish NFR. You know, Chair, some of these things are quite interesting. And when the chairman said that they are actually trying to do reforms and their life,
Na mtazamaji, tutakatisha mahojiano hayo na tuende moja kwa moja kwa Ikulu ya Taifa ambapo